Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So, today is September the 2nd, 2019, and I wanted to show you some of the harvests for the tomatoes that we're getting out of the gardens and the greenhouse. So, this is about a 4-gallon bucket here, and it's all full of tomatoes. These here are the Big Mama hybrid tomatoes here, and it's a mix of little cherry tomatoes, Park Whopper tomatoes, and the giant paste tomato. Now, the little cherry tomatoes, they're volunteers, so they just kind of come up on their own. We do have some yellow ones. We also have the heirloom yellow pear tomatoes, and they're nice for salads and different things. So you can kind of see some of these in here. Just out here, and this whole bucket here is full of tomatoes. So I'm going to show you some more here real quick. And here's some more tomatoes here. We have the cherry aroma tomato in there, which is another heirloom. I do plan on doing a video on that one to talk about the history of that one and why we like it so much. There's also Better Boys in here, and so are some Mountain Merit tomatoes. Now, Better Boy holds the world record for the most tomatoes ever harvested off of a single tomato plant. And we really like the meatiness of the tomato, and we also like the meatiness of the Park Whopper tomatoes. So we're definitely going to be keeping those. And another plus for the Better Boy tomato and for the Park Whopper tomato is they don't have that really large core that you get in some of your tomatoes that just takes up so much space, or it's a really hard spot in it. So there are two varieties that we really like and enjoy, and we also really like that cherry aroma tomato, and we do plan on keeping that one as well. And here's some more tomatoes from the hollow garden here. And here's some more tomatoes here. These came out of the greenhouse. Now this is a mix of early girl tomatoes. And these here are the early girl tomatoes, and then down on the bottom here are two really large Mr. Stripey tomatoes there. And then here are some more tomatoes that were just picked this morning. So I just want to show you real quick some of the harvest for the tomatoes that we're getting. So today is September the 2nd, 2019, and I wanted to show you some of the vegetables that we are harvesting off. So here's some broccoli. It's a pretty nice head of broccoli. And we have some other smaller heads of broccoli in here. Now these are the seconds. We harvested the first heads a lot earlier, and these are actually the second heads, and some are thirds and fourths that are developing on the plants. So we're going to have this tonight for supper, and we do have to check these over for the little green worms from the cabbage butterflies. So just want to show you this, and then I'll show you some more that we've been harvesting off. So we'll be right back. Now, these are some cucumbers that I harvested out of the greenhouse today, and this is the tender green burpless cucumber, and most of my original plants in there are still giving. I had done some second and third plantings on those, and they are starting to give now as well, but the original plants are still going. I like growing them in the greenhouse better than I do out in the garden, and I'll show you why. So we'll be right back. And this is one of the cucumbers that came out of the garden. It's still the same tender green burpless cucumber, but you can see it has a lot of scarring on it. Has a lot of defects and blemishes, and I honestly prefer growing them in a controlled environment rather than growing them out in the garden. So my preferred method is growing them in the greenhouse, and they seem to grow very well out in the greenhouse. I've harvested over 10 pounds of cucumbers out of the greenhouse, and most of those are growing just in containers and hanging baskets. So my preferred method is growing the cucumbers in the greenhouse. Now here is some more of today's harvest. Now our cauliflower is still giving. This is the some of the seconds, thirds, and fourths off of the original plants. And I did a video on my channel for cauliflower giving more than one head. And here's a bunch of green beans. And here's some more. These are wax beans and more green beans on the bottom. And this is a mix of both wax and green. And now our zucchini and our squash are pretty much done out in the garden. The powdery mildew took them out, and the squash bugs took them out. But we're still getting the broccoli off and the tomatoes. Now the tomatoes in the one garden got hit really hard by the blight. But from what we've been hearing, it's really hitting the tomatoes hard in Pennsylvania for the blight. Now down in the hollow garden, they seem to be doing pretty good. So we did get more bags of green and wax beans off. We've been harvesting them. So I just want to show you real quick some of the harvest. So if you liked my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. It'll tell us to put a new video on. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'll have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.